Hello, am I live? Hopefully I am. Give me just a second, guys. Okay, looks like I'm live. All right, so welcome back. It has been a minute, guys. Give me just a second. It has been a minute, but I'm in AllenRx, and welcome back to the pharmacy with me, guys. And one moment, please. Okay, just gonna have like a quick little chat with you guys, or maybe it's a story time with the pharmacist. Maybe we can call it that, or even a nightmare in the pharmacy, I guess. Just a second. All right. So I'm sure if you're on YouTube at some point in your life, or for yourself, or maybe even somebody you know, you have had to go to the pharmacy, right? Everybody's done that, right? So you're standing in line, and it's a holiday weekend, actually. So it's busier than you had expected it to be. Like, who even knew? Like, it's a holiday. You think people are traveling out of town. So you go in on, let's say, the Saturday to get your prescription filled or to pick it up because you had already called it in, right? You're standing in line. It's a couple people in front of you. You can see that there's two technicians working, there's a pharmacist in the back. Only God knows what they're doing, right? What do y'all think the pharmacists are doing when we're back there? Just let me know in the comment section. But two technicians, they look like they've been pretty slammed. Holiday weekend, and it's the beginning of the month. For those of you who don't know, it's a little bit busier during that time. So you finally get to the front, and young lady, she asks you for your name and maybe even your date of birth. She couldn't find you initially, which was a little bit frustrating, but you can see that it's busy, so you give them a little grace, and she could may or may not be new. Moving on. So she finds your name and she says, "Oh, we don't have it." What do you mean? Your medication is out of stock. What would your reaction be at that point in time? Have any of you guys ever experienced that? And not only is your prescription, the medication not ready, not there, it's Saturday, which means it probably won't be there tomorrow either, which is Sunday. And unfortunately for you, Monday is a holiday as well. So they're probably not going to get it for another 3 days. How would you feel in that moment? I think how a person responds depends on their demeanor as an individual. It could also have a little bit to do with how you're being delivered the information, so the service, right? So if this person told you yesterday that your medication was going to be there today, and then you come back today and it's still not there, what would you do? Well, down here in small town USA in Mississippi, a couple days ago, one guy, he actually took over the pharmacy. He jumped over the counter, grabbed the two technicians. The pharmacist was like dipped out. I don't know. Pharmacists went here, did whatever they did, like, every man for himself, I guess, at that point, which, what can we say? How can we blame him? I mean, whatever. So this guy, he actually took two technicians hostage, held them up in the office of the pharmacy, big retail pharmacy chain, right? Held them hostage there. Asked for the, what is it? Uh, MBI, which is like the FBI of the state of Mississippi. And he wasn't going to do anything until they actually got them. So this hostage situation went on for several hours. several hours, and it did end in a fatality. He was taken out. They had the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, whatever they call those people. They had the SWAT team out there. They had the local police. They had everybody out there to all because, prescription wasn't in stock. It sounds petty, you know, from the perspective of the healthcare worker, right? It sounds petty, like, I mean, it's not here. But it in my over a decade of experience in working in pharmacy, that's not petty. And it matters how you deliver this information. And it could have been a simple mistake on Friday that they said, we'll have it tomorrow because we get orders every day, right? Most of the time when it's not a holiday, when, there's no issues, whatever. Most of the time we get an order every day. So it's like, oh, we'll be here tomorrow. You forgot today was Friday. So he shows up Saturday looking for his medication and you don't have it. What do you mean you don't have it? What do you mean? So I just want to kind of ask you guys what y'all think about this. First of all, what do y'all think we're doing back there? What do y'all think we're doing? Right? Looks like we're just standing around giving you a hard time, right? Holding your prescriptions hostage. Or are we really working? Most of the time, if you're at a good place, we are really working, guys. We have prescriptions that are coming in over the computer. We're answering the phones. We have, prescriptions from the night before. We have some that people are, sending in over email. They're just all kinds of ways we're getting these prescriptions in. But is that really an excuse for what could have been bad service? Or could it just been the person having a short fuse? Who knows? But after this opioid epidemic has started, guys, we have been seeing more and more and more of these types of situations in the pharmacy. And it kind of is giving a feeling like, you know, when you think like the narcos and the drug cartels, the legalized drug game is kind of giving the same type of vibe. It's the dangerous situation. This man held those people up at gunpoint, guys. Held them up at gunpoint. That means he came in the pharmacy with it. I need to learn more about these state laws, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure, Mississippi is probably some kind of open carry, whatever state. I'm pretty sure. But when we're making these laws and we're coming up with, all these different policies, we have to consider these kind of things too. Because a person just walks into a pharmacy and because something didn't go the way they had expected, they just pull a gun and hold people hostage all day long. Like I said, luckily nothing happened because this was it went on for about 5 hours. Like, can you imagine being at work, having a normal day, and then all of a sudden you're being held up at gunpoint at your job? We don't know what kind of medications he was trying to get, but a lot of times these situations, it happens for a certain kind of drug. We all know what they are, the opioids. They want the oxycontin, they want this or that. But you also could be in there trying to get the other medications such as the Suboxone and Subutex, which those are to kind of help with addiction. So sometimes the people in a sense kind of get addicted to those as well. So that's just something to think about when you go into the pharmacy the next time. The person standing in front of you, the person standing behind you. Any one of those people could be, you know, getting ready to go off any minute whatsoever, any minute, any minute. But I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about that because it's scary to me as a pharmacist knowing that, but it ain't scary to me because I know how to read people first of all, and I'm respectful of people. And sometimes I don't want to victim blame, but things could be handled a little bit differently especially when you're the pharmacist, whether you're the manager or not, you're the one that's in charge. of the shift and how things go, right? And you hear it, we hear it, we're listening. We should be listening to what's going on at the front counter. When somebody's checking out, we can hear them, we can hear the situation escalating. I can already tell, like, soon as they say, "Well, I came here yesterday. Y'all told me to come back today." I want to step in. Now, depending on what kind of vibe I get from the person, it's like, okay, this is what we can do. These are our options, or whatever. But we can try to de-escalate the situation first. It's, the pharmacist to kind of just get lost. It's like, yeah, you worry about yourself, but you're the person with the you got the keys. You're managing the situation. You should, like, before it even gets that far, let's, like I said, let's work on the service. But you'd be surprised how many people, well, y'all probably wouldn't be surprised, because I'm sure most of the time when people go to when they go to the pharmacy, it's like you already expecting bad news. And that's so sad. But y'all have heard of thing. Heard of white coat hypertension. And like this, you get people, their blood pressure goes up every time they, like, go to the doctor's office. This white coat right here, it causes the same type of situation. It's like, I know every time I go to this pharmacy, they're not going to have my stuff. I'm going to have to wait. The people are rude. They don't have enough help. It's, you go in with that already, that anxiety built up to here. So, you know, sometimes it would be great to get a pleasant surprise, right? I think so. So if we can kind of keep this thing down. We know we told you yesterday. I mean, we told you tomorrow. They told you tomorrow. But we are closed. I mean, we're closed. We don't get orders on the weekends. Let me call the Walgreens or whatever pharmacy across town. Let me call them. Let me call the one called CVS. Let me call Walmart. Let me call whoever. Let's try to figure this out. Or if it's, controlled substance, it's a little bit different with that. But we can try to, let's try to resolve this issue without anybody having to get killed, because people do need their medication. They do. They need their medication. We know that. We're not holding the prescription up. I want y'all to get out of there as fast as possible. Soon as y'all start coming in there, too many of y'all standing in the lobby, both lanes in the drive-through are full. I'm like, hey, what do they need? Let's get them out of here. That's me all day long. Okay. I don't want to have to get into it with you, because I will do whatever I need to do. If I need to get into it with you, that's what I'm gonna do. But it's like, hey, let's maintain low tones. Yes, they told you that that information unfortunately was not accurate, but this is what we can do. Work with me, work with me, work with me. All right, guys, I've been going for a few minutes. Let me see who we got in the chat. I see that, one of my old faithfuls, he is in here. Christopher Williams has been lighting up the comment section. I appreciate you, Chris. Thank you so much for showing up for this quick stream before I go to work, because y'all know I'm always at work. Yes, sir. All right. He says he loves the books on the side. Yes. What's the name of the books? Some of the books, what are those? Pharmaceutical marketing, drug calculations. What is that? What else I got over here? That's my Texas law book, pharmacy law book. I got a license in Texas. Once upon a time I was gonna move to Texas, but that didn't go through. Yes, yes. Chris says go to another location that may have the medication, may have your medicine. That's an option. That's an option, but people don't want to do that. And then they ask you another question like, but can you call them? I mean, I can, but I'm kind of busy right now. If you don't mind waiting, I can call for you, because that's how I'm gonna put it back on you. If you don't mind waiting a minute to give me a chance to call. Now, if you don't have patience to do that, then you're more than welcome to reach out to them for yourself. It is your medication, even though it is our fault that we gave you the wrong information, which it wasn't intentional. Sometimes, I mean, have y'all ever, like, not known, like, what day it was, and like, oh shoot, we coming close Monday. I told people come back tomorrow. But If you can call them, get ahead of it, let them know, be proactive. That'll save you and your manager like some lost time. Chris says, "What Mississippi still bad after all these years? Mississippi need a makeover. Mississippi's gonna take 20 years behind and 20 years some more to catch up in Mississippi. No distance state of Mississippi because that's where I currently reside." He says, "Working on what y'all on what y'all doing." Yeah, we be at work. We at work when we back there. Okay. Sometimes. I mean, who working 100% of the time while they at work? But when people standing there looking at me, I'm trying to get your stuff and get you out of there, okay? He says, so are more addicted to pharmacists. Wait, need to be aware of their safety. Yes, so many people are, you know, have, issues with medications, where they are addicted and they just, they don't care. They will jump over their counter. I said this a while back. It's kind of like the pharmacists, like back in the day, where they used to be like the pharmacy was like, way up here. You see them like up in the sky, back up there working on whatever they're working on. It's like they got to go up some stairs to get up there. They probably need to bring that back because it's so easy for people now to just jump over that front counter and come back there. It's like, oh, they can't get through the door because it has like a code on it, but it's like, what for anyway? They could just jump over the counter. Y'all don't do that. Don't do that, please. Chris says, remember that video in Georgia with that man? Yes, at the VA. Yes. 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 People just walking around like, I don't get my medicine or what I came here to get. You over there. You over there. You gotta let that one go because they ran off and you don't want to already like have no fatalities. E. Capone says, "What up, 007? What is happening? What is happening? Y'all, let me know what y'all think about this. And have y'all had any experience going in the pharmacy? I know they piss y'all off. Y'all be pissing us off too. But we know y'all there to get your medication. It's an even exchange. It should be easy, but sometimes things are out of our control. Sometimes this medication is in high demand, like your Wegovys and Ozempics, Percocet always on high demand. And these drug manufacturers sometimes cannot keep up with production. Okay. That goes to them. So if they can't make the drug to send to the warehouse that delivers the drug to us, then we don't have it. Okay. And when we don't have it, we should let y'all know. We should definitely let you know when we don't have it and where your options are. But everybody doesn't have that same courtesy or just, care about their job or just about their safety because they just like everybody's a narc these days. They're like, well, I want what I want and I'm gonna talk to people however I want to. And then sometimes you talk to people, it's like, we don't have it. And then they take you hostage and you held up for 5 hours and then you know how to talk. I'm not saying that that's what happened in this case because I don't know all the details of it, but this is not like just some one off, interaction. This happens all the time. People are always trying to rob these pharmacies. Okay. It's crazy. It's so crazy, but it is, you think about it, it's a drug. It's a drug game. It's drugs. People want oxy and fentanyl, just like they want, cocaine on the street. They want it. Okay. So we gotta be careful. Professional drugs don't even look like they. Yeah, it's a lot of functioning addicts out here. That's what it sounds like you're talking about. But some people do look like it. It's unfortunate. It's like don't judge a book by its cover. But I mean, sometimes I read the book before. I've seen this book. I know this book when I see it. So and I would hate that if he was there to get something and they told him that they didn't have it because this happens and because they didn't want to go look for it or because something was wrong with his prescription instead of addressing him directly about, you know, this is a fraudulent prescription or we can't fill this. They just said, "Oh, we don't have it." And it turned out to be this big snowball thing that happened. I really hope that they didn't actually have it, because that would suck to be like, oh, we don't have it. And then he'd be like, oh, okay, you told me that yesterday. And because the pharmacist or somebody just doesn't want to feel it, or they don't feel comfortable with feeling it, instead of, finding a way to relay that message to the person, you just say, we don't have it. No diss at my colleagues, but y'all know, okay? I'm sorry. But anyway, Living Out Loud, the podcast. She says, what's up, Dr. RX? What is up, Living Out Loud, the podcast? Long time no see, no hear, no Zoom, no meeting. I don't know. Yes. What you look like when I'm reading to people? Oh, like this. I mean, I'm just looking at my normal self like, they be like, hey, this Tasha. Can you come talk to them? I'm like, hey. Look, y'all said y'all were gonna have a medicine on yesterday, and I come back today and you still don't have it. Okay. Yeah. They should have told you that we weren't gonna get it. Well, I'm just fed up. Do you want your prescription back? Because I mean, unfortunately, I'm sorry the way they gave you that information, but we don't have it. So do you want to get it back? Take it somewhere else? You want to look into other options? No, I want it here. You're not gonna get it here. We don't have it. I told you. I apologize for the way they gave you that information today and that you were misinformed on yesterday. But we don't have it and we're not going to get it today. We're not going to get it until Tuesday, hopefully. So, and you got to say hopefully to be like, because sometimes it still won't come on Tuesday and you're going to have to face them again. So you're like, hopefully. Okay. Do you want me to transfer it somewhere else? Do you want your prescription back? I can call your doctor that's on call. We can figure something else out. But what you want to happen right now is just not an option. It's not going to happen. And sometimes they calm down, sometimes they go off, sometimes they burn rubber. Tires be smoking getting out of there because they like so pissed off. But it's like, okay, they gone. Hopefully they don't come back. Moving on. Amina says, hey y'all. Amina, what's been going on? Lee say, what's up, y'all? Okay, y'all. Yes. So thank y'all for coming in here. And I just like, what do y'all think about that? Christopher Williams, he says, what system change you're dealing with people on his level since hearing that story in Mississippi? Nothing. They ain't changing nothing about gun laws, about prescription laws, about people laws. That man lost his life. He lost his life yesterday. And I just, like I said, I really hope that it wasn't because I really hope they ain't really have it. Okay. E. Capone says, my motto at work is the longer it take, the more I make. Yeah, that ain't our motto. In retail pharmacy, we gotta, people think it's like McDonald's. It's not though. I mean, I wouldn't want somebody handling my prescription drugs that I gotta put in my body the same way they handle the French fries at McDonald's, like they gotta put in their body. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. But that's just me. Christopher Williams says, no respect in pharmacy. People feeling even more bold to skip people in line like, oh my goodness. Yes, that is so real. People walk up. They see a whole line of people out here. It's 2 or 3 lines. It's 3 people, 3 count, all of those are open. And people in each one of them, right? And they just walk on past them to the consultation window because there's nobody standing there. And that's okay. Well, think they have a question about something over the counter, something that, can I take this with this? Any kind of something like that. They say, can I drop this off? I say, sure. You could. There's 2 lines right over there. Oh, I want to just give you this. Okay, but you can't. They looking at me like, why can't I? Because out of those 6 people over there in the line already, you think that one of them might not be trying to just drop off? Get in line or don't. I'll say it like that because y'all know I'm not rude at work, but just like get over there. Stop playing with me. Go get in line. Or they walk over to the window and they say, "Well," I said, "Hey, you got a question about something?" "No, I'm trying to pick up my prescription." "Okay, you can go right over there. That they'll help you right there." "Well, what you doing?" "There's a line right over there." "Well, I'm here to pick up for my I just here to pick my prescription up. I gotta get back to work." "I'm at work." "You don't wanna get in line, that's on you. I'm not getting it." Now, sometimes when my people that I know come up in there and I know their problem. They are have already proven to me, like, if I don't get they do what they need done ASAP, I'ma be held hostage. We already have had our interactions with each other. I'm like, why you can't just don't skip the line? I know, baby, I know. But go on get it. I'm like, bruh, don't stop. And I'll be like, oh, acting like they came back, but this the first time they came because I don't want other people getting mad. Or then I gotta end up checking out 8 other people when I got my work I need to be doing, and they got lines over here where people can check out. But I'm gonna go ahead and help you, and you gonna set me back. But okay, that's the privilege of being like a normal or regular. But yeah, guys, he's yes, Eagle Palm. These customers, they can be ruthless. They are. Like, I mean, this man actually he came in there with a gun. He knew. I feel like he knew either he himself, you know, was he was like, I'm a problem out here in these streets anyway. I bring it up in here to y'all. Or either they were rude to him and he was just like, if they don't tell me what I need to hear today, I'm a they I bet they won't do it again. So I mean, it's crazy. You just think you just in here working, y'all think we just sticking labels on bottles, but we not. But sometimes, it goes both ways. It goes both ways. It's a lot of that. That's really like the thing that I want to kind of bring to the forefront. It's about, the delivery of the bad news and like the receiving of it from the person. But it depends on the tone. You have to have a certain level, of care when, dealing with people and their health and their, medications, or just, in general, you have to treat people a certain kind of way. But, you know, if they not open to receive it, it's like nothing else you can do. De-escalate the situation as best you can. But I just want to jump on here real quick and holler at y'all because I do have to go to work, guys. And y'all know these prescriptions, they keep piling up, and these phones, they never stop ringing. So I'll catch y'all in the next video. Bye.